What is going on, everyone? If you think I am pissed off because of what I saw on the field, I am. Don't get me wrong, I am. But let's add a little fuel to the fire, huh? Let's add some gasoline on top of that, because I recorded a beautiful 45-minute passionate podcast where I was shredding Doug Pederson, I was ripping apart Carson Wentz, and I was attacking Jim Schwartz forever. It was awesome. I was in my feelings. Bang, bang, bang. Just fucking killing them left and right. Freaking out, right? And as soon as I was about to hit end, my fucking power goes out. So I am pissed. My blood is boiling. Do you want more? I'll give you more. I paid for some shitbag service to fix the corrupt file, and it doesn't even work. So here I am, take two, ready to go to town. Are you ready to dive into this Eagles game? Oh, I know I am.
Now, Sports Talk with Brodes. Here's Hunter Brody.
By the way, we are broadcasting live from the Manscaped Man Cave. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code BROD at manscaped.com. Look, heading into this game, I am not shocked. I am not shocked that the Eagles found a way to lose. I thought they would find a way to win, but it would look horrendous. It would look awful. It would be sloppy. We would be pissed. We would be really upset with Doug and Carson, and it would feel like one of the worst wins ever. That's what I thought would happen, but I'm not shocked that this is the outcome. The Eagles are not a good football team, and I did feel that around this city there was some optimism because, well, let's look at all the injuries that happened so far this season, and the team was getting a lot of those players back. Well, Isaac Seumalo did not end up playing. You see what happens when someone like Suo Peta is in the mix, because I guess Nate Herbig had an injury problem as well, so you saw the impact of that going down. I thought that you'd arguably have the best offensive line that you had so far this season, which, oh, by the way, is a new offensive line every single damn game, which plays a part of why the Eagles are 3-5-1 to this day after that 27-17 loss to the New York Giants. Yes, that is right. It just came out of my mouth, and it felt like vomit was coming up. Really, vomit is literally on its way out. Embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. But I did hear a lot of optimism. Well, they're getting healthier. And I thought that was valid. Don't get me wrong. It was valid. I thought it was getting blown out of proportion, though, as if the excitement was too high because they were getting guys returning. This is reality. The game was lost when it comes to preparation. I look at this coaching staff, and I say, you didn't prepare. You flat out did not prepare enough. And the fact that you had 2 weeks, not 1, not 4 days, not 3 days. You had 2 weeks, and that's the garbage that you whip up. I mean, how is that physically possible? I know that COVID-19 played a role in this week's preparation, right? Because someone tested positive, so a lot of their meetings and everything was online, but that's no excuse. And now Doug Pederson is 1-4 when it comes to games after the bye. How can you be this bad? There was no flow. I watched Daniel Jones, Jason Garrett have this game plan to attack the flaws of the Eagles defense. They utilized Daniel Jones as a runner more. They confused the defense. They made those linebackers have to make decisions. They got done what they wanted to with ease. Simple. Moving downfield. Boom, bang, easy. When the Eagles scored a touchdown, oh, what's that? Let's go after Avonte Maddox and Roby Coleman. Oh, what's that? There's 2 big plays in a row that just happened. Oh, what's that? We scored in just about 2 minutes. See? Do you see what I'm saying here? The Giants were able to execute. Jason Garrett, his game plan was A+ compared to Doug Pederson in that offense. While Jim Schwartz was getting toasted, absolutely fried to that brutal dumpster fire offense. I couldn't believe it. So from a blueprint game plan standpoint, that's where they lost the game. Now, Carson Wentz sucked. Carson Wentz missed everyone when he was standing in the pocket. The trenches blew. Jason Kelce, how many low snaps are you going to have? Oh, Peta, you suck. The trenches, awful. Special teams, what are we doing when it comes to punt returns, huh? What are we doing? Hey, Giants, you want to pin us back? Go ahead. You can have it. I don't want it. You want it? You can have the football. I don't want it. Pin it back, please. Third downs. Now, yes, you need to execute. But when you're 0 for 9 on third downs, that starts with the guys at the top. That starts with the guys that come together and say, hey, we're going to do this, and this is what's going to be successful. And post-game, Doug Pederson elects to go down the road of, we can't be in third and long situations so much. Well, then Zach Berman brings up, hold on a second, Doug. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3. Those aren't third and longs. Well, he said we got to execute better. And as pissed off as I am with Doug and with the coaching staff, I am acknowledging that sometimes it is the right play call. Sometimes you don't really get to see what it could have been, well, if you get beat at the offensive line or if the quarterback makes the wrong decision. There's plenty of things that can go wrong that makes the play look different. But there's plenty of times where you are putting your team in such a bad spot. A gross spot. A spot to fail. Mr. Analytics. And look, I'm pro analytics, especially in baseball. But this nonsense has to stop. All right, when it's 21-17, to go for 2 is such a bad decision. Kick the field goal. Now, Tim McManus of ESPN is tweeting out during the game that essentially you had a 37% chance to win with or without that extra point. I don't give a damn. And then he's saying that up top's telling him what to do. He hears it in his headphones. Okay, he has his analytic team saying this is what you do. Sometimes, screw it! Screw that! Who gives a damn? Let's use logic. Let's use common sense. Let's make it a 3-point game. Well, if you get the 2-point conversion, then maybe later on in the game, when you kick that field goal, it's for the win. It's for 1. It's for a 1-point win. Hey, Doug, what type of team do you think you have? That you could be all cute and think about that. Look, I like when Doug Pederson's aggressive. It makes sense. That's who he is. But you can be aggressive and smart at the same time. Not everything needs to be super insanely foot on the gas. Sometimes the smart play is to take the simple play. It's not all about that super aggressive, ballsy Doug mindset. Sometimes that's your flaw. Sometimes that fucks you. Now, ultimately, that 1 point wasn't the difference in this game, but it easily could have been. The fact that Doug's worried about, oh, well, later on, what if this and what if that? Later on? Doug, when have you ever been the guy to be thinking 15 steps ahead? I'll give you the answer for free. Never. Never. I don't buy anything you say. And trust me, I can look at the tape, the press conference tape, to support my logic on why I feel the way that I do. So look, 0 for 9 for third downs, embarrassing. 11 penalties, a joke. One that stands out specifically, well, early on the game, early in it, the Giants were moving downfield at will, right? And Jim Schwartz was getting attacked, and deservingly so. He had a bad game, a miserable game. But here's Malik Jackson on 3rd and 8. And here he is jumping off sides. Now it's 3rd and 3. What do the Giants do? They run it for a first down. And then boom, they score a touchdown with Daniel Jones fooling everyone. Easily marching in. Barely gets touched. Just running the damn ball. All right, dude. Really? Really, Malik Jackson? That is losing football. That's what that is. When you look at a losing football team, those are the kind of mistakes that you make. Now, who knows what would have happened on that 3rd and 8? They easily could have gotten a first down with some of the soft coverage at times, and based off the fact that that Giants team was marching downfield however they wanted to. But I'll take my chances on 3rd and 8 over 3rd and 3. 11 penalties. That is horrible. Discipline. No discipline. Really? Where is the discipline? Oh, that's right. That starts with preparation. Oh, that's right. That's where I felt the game was lost. Bad play calls throughout. How about that 4th and 10 that they decided to go for late? Now, I wouldn't have went for it on 4th and 10. That offense has shown you nothing. And if you were going to go for it on 4th down, knowing that, because Doug Pederson apparently is a guy who thinks 15 steps ahead or thinks about future plays. How about this, Doug? If you know you're going to go for it there, run something better on 3rd down. The throw to Fulgham was behind him. Maybe he could have realized that and did something on the fly, Fulgham, that is. But here's reality. If you know you're going to go for it on 4th there, why not try and get something so it's 4th and 5. So it's 4th and 6, 4th and 4, something more manageable. Now, with that play call on 4th and 10, you got Rager, who's a rookie, coming off of a surgery, one-on-one with their best corner in Bradbury. I watched Daniel Jones and Jason Garrett attack some of the flaws in this Eagles defense, right? Yet we're attacking their best guy in the biggest, most crucial part of the game? How? Now, I did hear something post-game from Doug, and it did seem like he was throwing a bit of shade towards Carson. He brought up the quarterback. He said he needed to see the play again, and a lot goes into it. And he almost sort of put the blame towards Wentz. It was like, hold on a second. That was Wentz's read. That was Wentz's decision. That's what it sounded like. But here's what I know. You're the head coach, Doug. And when it's 4th and 10 and the game's on the line, you need to put your team in the best position to succeed. Carson Wentz has been bad, and you know he's been bad. So don't even give him the option to make that decision. How about that? How about you don't even let that be available? That tells me, whether you're trying to put the blame on Wentz or not, you acknowledge that was a matchup that you were okay with. If it happened to be that Wentz went to, if it happened to be that matchup that Wentz looked at, you'd be okay with it, or else you wouldn't have even had that available at all. How you go to him there, it's mind-blowing to me. And that's not the only time that Doug Pederson had some mind-blowing situations in this game. At one point, the run game was so effective. Miles Sanders, nonstop, getting chunk yards. Boston Scott with the big touchdown. I could argue that he didn't get the ball enough, although Miles Sanders was all over the place, making plays for this team in the run game. In the pass game, there's obviously a disconnect between him and Wentz, and it was on him this time with 2 drop passes out of Sanders to the point where he's banging his helmet and the football together, taking the football, banging himself in the face mask. So, look, when it comes to them being not connected right now, I put all the blame on Sanders for this game because he had moments where he could have put the team in a better spot, and he failed in the passing game. In the run game, though, let's get back to how I want to rip Doug Pederson because I'm having a blast doing it again, well, for the second time now, because everything I mentioned with the damn power here. At one point, the run game was getting 8.1 yards per rush. 8.1. Okay? The Eagles were moving the football at a 6 yards per pass. So let's do the math here. When you're passing, you're getting an average of 6 yards. When you're running, you're getting an average of 8.1. What should we do more? Huh? Does anyone have an answer? What should the Eagles do more in that spot? Hold on a second. You're telling me the run game was working? You were moving the chains. You were being put in good spots. Yet let's go away from it. Run the ball, Doug. Run the ball. It was working. It was working. Now, I thought he ran the ball at times, and I was even shocked about, like, hold on a second. Wow, Doug's running it again? But when it's working like this, and when it's having the success rate that it was having, you can do more. You can. And Doug, how about when Carson Wentz was actually having a little bit of rhythm? That's right, you heard me. Wentz was moving the ball. The team was looking good. And then you throw in Jalen Hurts. And that didn't work. Oh, what did they do? They stacked the box! It's so easy to defend anytime Jalen Hurts gets in the game. Stack the box, all right? Stack the box! And that's all they did. And now it's 3rd and 11. And what do you draw up? An out route for 1 or 2 yards to the right side? What are we doing? Do you not see an issue with this philosophy? Nothing is adding up. Nothing makes sense. This team, from an offensive standpoint, has no clue what it's doing. And while there's a lot of factors, offensive line abysmal at times. Carson Wentz looks like the worst quarterback in football. All right? There's a lot of factors. You know who else is a big-time factor and at the end of the day is the face of the offense? That's Mr. Doug Pederson. And I hated that Jalen Hurts pick with a passion. I'd rather have Jeremy Chin. I'd rather have Logan Wilson. I'd rather have anybody else who can actually play and is on the field more than 7 snaps, right? Like, that's what I wanted instead of Jalen Hurts. But here is Hurts. Here he is on this team. And I watched the Saints play. And I watched Taysom Hill. And I watched Drew Brees. And I watched that team offensively. And Jalen Hurts is not exactly Drew Brees. Jalen Hurts is not exactly what you have in Taysom Hill. But the fact that this is all you're getting out of him, like, I'm giving Hurts credit. You have more than this in you. I know you do. I can't stand the pick. I despise the pick. I will never agree with the pick. But I know that Jalen Hurts is better than whatever the fuck they are doing with him now. I know that Jalen Hurts can provide more than this stupid, insanely pathetic role that they have him in at the moment. The fact that they valued him in the second round and this is the production that they're getting, that's when you really need to look at all these offensive minds that came together this offseason so they could fix whatever Mike Rowe's issue was. Well, guess what? Maybe the issue is something else. Maybe it's the top dog. Maybe it's Doug P. And hell, maybe it's Carson Wentz too. He's not getting out of the blame. He deserves to get crushed, really. Those throws that were so high, it can't happen. And it continues to happen. Week in and week out. And then afterwards, I got to hear him. And he's starting to become a hate to face along with Doug Pederson. I need to hear him say, hey, let's give credit to that team. Let's give credit to the New York Giants. How about no? How about look in the mirror and say, we suck? Huh? We suck. I don't care what that other team did. We weren't good enough. We beat ourselves. Where was the intensity in the trenches? Where were the plays that were needed to be made? Huh? Where were they? That's the attitude I want. All right, fine. The Giants played well. If I'm Carson Wentz in that spot, you know what I say? You know what? We need to be better! What else do I got in here? Jesus! I'm pissed off. I don't think Boston Scott really scored that touchdown, to be honest with you. I think he stepped out of bounds. Now, I get why they said they couldn't really overturn it because what the call on the field was. Did they feel 100% that they could change it? Did they feel 100% confident that his heel did go out of bounds? Maybe not. Maybe 99.7%, but that's not 100%. I don't think Boston Scott really stayed in. But, look, they counted it. It's just insane that the Eagles found a way to score, right? Like, they found a way to score, and then boom, instantly, here goes the Giants offense, just doing what they want to do. It kills me inside. It really does. This team is going to be the death of me. The Eagles are not fun. They're not fun. Sunday's supposed to be fun. You drink your coffee in the morning. You're anticipating the 1 o'clock start. 1 o'clock start is magnificent. That is the NFL. When you think of football, you think of 1 o'clock on the East Coast so you can hang out. You can crush coffee. Maybe you make yourself a mean omelet in the morning. Pancakes, a parfait, ham, bacon, sausage, whatever. Go all out on that Sunday morning. Making your breakfast, have 7 cups of Joseph because you know at 1 o'clock it's going to be a fun time. You're going to watch an explosive offense and watch a team compete. Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. We're not. And we won't this year because this is who the team is. Sucks, doesn't it? How did the Jets do this? How did the Browns fans do this for all those years? God bless them. God bless them. Because we're in week 10 now, and I'm done with it. It's painful to watch. Now, what's not painful is the Lawnmower 3.0. All right, it has the advanced skin-safe technology, so you reduce a ton of grooming accidents. No pain, unlike some of those other razors out there where cut your nuts, you start bleeding. You don't have to worry about that. So autumn is in the air, and Manscaped is here to ensure that you don't carve your pumpkins when you're grooming. And by pumpkins, we mean your boys downstairs. In fact, Manscaped is on a mission to change the way that you approach caring for your balls. And great news, they just released their products in the UK, Canada, and Australia. I mentioned their Lawnmower 3.0. They also have their new Weed Whacker, which is the ear and nose hair trimmer, which uses the same skin-safe technology. The Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, because everybody knows pumpkin spice lattes and ball deodorant goes hand in hand. They have body wash, ball wipes. They have everything. Hair and body wash, you name it. These formulations are all vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free. So make sure you go to manscaped.com. Use promo code BROD for 20% off and free shipping. It's a no-brainer. I use all of these pieces that they sell. I use all of them. A+. I guarantee it. I guarantee you that you will love it. No doubt. Rodgers was your most productive guy at one point. That's right, Richard Rodgers. I don't see the identity of this offense. I know the defense got worked. And I'm even pissed off with Darius Slay. Darius Slay got beat a couple times. One, he missed his footing a bit. It looked like he slipped, but he got beat. He got beat on the route, and it was a nice play for the Giants. They got a decent gain on it. At the end, my man just gets waxed by Darius Slayton. He hasn't gotten torched that much this season. One that stands out to me is against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben saw some matchups, pointed right at him, and attacked. This game, you had Darius Slay get attacked a couple times by Daniel Jones. This is the difference between elite corner and very good corner. Darius Slay is a very good corner, not an elite corner. And he got beat. And he got beat a couple of times. That's the problem. When you look at every single part of this football team, Doug Pederson, Jim Schwartz, Carson Wentz, the O-line, wide receivers. Let's flip it to the defense. The trenches, cornerbacks, special teams, punt returning. They're problems. And also, when Joe Judge is better than Doug Pederson, when Jason Garrett runs laps around Jim Schwartz, and when Daniel Jones plays better than Carson Wentz, please let me know how many football games you are going to win. It's not going to be many. You'll be lucky to get one. I don't even know how that would happen, but you'd be lucky. Something fluky, a random fumble. I don't know. But if your three guys that I just mentioned, your head coach, your D coordinator, and your quarterback, loses their three respected battles, good luck. And I saw a team that was not prepared. I saw a team that was not disciplined. And the fact that Doug Pederson, the genius that he is, can find a way to win all these Thursday night football games, but can't win when he has more time to get ready? Isn't that an issue? Like, don't we see a problem here? Hey, Doug, you got more time to settle down. You have more time to watch film. You have more time to analyze things, to study the opponent, to look at how you can implement Alshon Jeffrey more, Travis Fulgham with Alshon Jeffrey, Dallas Goedert in the passing game, you name it. You have so much time to really study what you can do that would put your team in the best position possible. And what? What do you get? You get a 1-4 record after the bye. Now, I'm a little confused, too, Because I see a quarterback that struggles, and he shouldn't. He shouldn't. To be very clear, he shouldn't. But he struggles when it comes to standing in the pocket, having time, and trying to deliver a throw. You see the ball sail. You see the ball go over the receivers and the tight ends, and that is a problem, right? But I do see a quarterback that can move out of the pocket, that can work with tempo. When they go with this high-speed motor, and that's the pace that the Eagles' offense are moving at, and they're going with that type of philosophy, that's when you get the most out of Carson Wentz right now. So when you are getting the most out of him with this style, why would you ever go in another direction? Why don't you keep your foot with that motor? Why don't you use your brain cells? And why doesn't it connect in your damn head where you would say, all right, this works. So because this works, let's keep doing it because I see results. Right? Right? You're in a really tough spot as a franchise. And I don't want to look too big picture here, but you don't know what the hell you have at quarterback. You don't know what you have at head coach. Sorry, you don't. That leash cut short for me. I don't trust this head coach one bit. I think he's clueless, and I think he's really bad on his feet. And you know that's been a quote of mine for a while. He's very bad thinking on his feet. And what type of head coach in this league is successful if they're not good at thinking in critical moments when they need a split-second decision? Boom. Oh, what's that? You need a split-second decision? Yeah, let's go for 2. Well, we can make it a 3-point game. Dumb. Dumb. You know what thinking on your feet would be? Hey, analytic team, we're not doing that. Okay. All right, Doug, your call. Let's make a 3-point game. That would be thinking on your feet. That would be making the right decision. But unfortunately, that's not their position right now. Their position isn't, hey, I'm going to be using logic, and I'm going to use my brain in making smart decisions. It's, I'm going to make dumb decisions. It's, I'm not going to make sure that my team is put in the best spot to succeed. The Giants, they're going this way. They're going up, while the Philadelphia Eagles are going down. So, look, you don't know what you have at quarterback. You don't know what you have at head coach. And I'm sure Jim Schwartz is on the hot seat as well, even though I am a Jim Schwartz defender. This game specifically, he has been bad, right? Like this game, he has been bad. No doubt about it. There's no defending Jim Schwartz in this one. There's no one that you can look at and say, you know what? Good job today. Even the Miles Sanders and the Boston Scott and the run game, I saw some situations that I would need even more. And in some of those, it was a big spot. Miles Sanders dropping that one play, it was like he wanted to get upfield too early. He took his eyes off the ball, and that forced it to be still in a long field situation. That could have moved the sticks. Hell, who knows? He could have got a first down, or at least it could have been manageable on the next down. But he dropped that. This is late in the game. And boom, before you know it, there it is. It's all over. What a joke. Duke Riley and Mills were going at it a bit. It was very subtle. It could have been Roby Coleman. Might have been Mills. It was one of the two. But they were going at it, bickering off to the side after a play when a tackle happened. Thinking, all right, that's just telling you everything you need to know. I know it's subtle. I'm not trying to dive too deep into it. But here's reality. It happened. And you saw on the field 2 guys going at it after a play on the same team. As if, hold on a second, well, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Yeah, I'm thinking the same damn thing. I thought it would be better with this offensive line with Isaac Seumalo. I argued that it would be the best version of the offensive line that you got all year. But you had Opeta play, and that was bad. You had Wentz tripping over people, Jason Kelce with the poor snaps. It was a dumpster fire all around, and it's very irritating, and it's not going to change. See, that's the worst part about it. It's not going to change, so we are stuck with watching this every single Sunday, and I don't know how much more I can possibly take. I don't look forward to it. It's not like I'm excited to watch Eagles football anymore. I'm ready to look for a miserable time. That's what it is. when I'm waiting on Saturday for Sunday, I'm waiting and looking for a bad time on Sunday. That shouldn't be the case. They don't deserve, at the end of the day, really, they don't deserve for me to be this fired up. They don't deserve for us to feel this frustrated. They don't deserve this type of emotion. Sadly, we can't take it out of us. It's in our blood. It's in our hearts. This is what Philadelphia sports is all about. So I can't take it away from me. But Doug P. and this entire franchise, they don't deserve for us to feel this pain. Not after what they give back to us right now. Now, I need to let you know about my friends at DraftKings. DraftKings has brought their expertise to legal sports betting. It's a legitimate sports book based right here in the U.S., so you can rest assured that your funds are totally secure. DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is safe, secure, and reliable. Deposit and withdrawal at your convenience. All new users have a chance to earn a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Download the app and use code BRODES. Head to the app now. Check out all that they have to offer, including player props, live betting, and so much more. If sportsbooks are not yet available in your state, don't forget about the DraftKings Fantasy app, which offers millions of dollars in total prizes every week. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Make sure you call the Anytime Hotline. The phone number is 856-442-9805. I will be reacting to all of your phone calls tomorrow on the Day After podcast, and we will be utilizing them on 97.3 ESPN on the Sports Bash with Mike Gill and myself. So make sure you download the 97.3 ESPN mobile app to hear us react to the game. We'll have guests on throughout the show to analyze and dissect that mess. And yes, it was a mess. You do need to look at the other side and say something's going on there with Joe Judge. We all laughed about it in the beginning, him making all these players run in the beginning of the season during training camp. How would that work out? Well, guess what? That team is bought in. They have confidence, and they're playing super well. Here's Daniel Jones running all over the Eagles defense. What a sick joke. He should have had 2 touchdowns, but Thomas ended up having a big-time holding call on Josh Sweat, and that brought the touchdown back, and it led to a field goal instead of a full 7 points. And that could have been a difference maker. But listen, when you have this type of offense and the Eagles playing this poorly, there's nothing that's really going to be a difference maker when it comes to that scenario, because this Eagles team is dreadful, really. I knew it was too much optimism when it came to healthy people coming back. It doesn't matter who comes back. It doesn't matter what's on paper. Whatever Jalen Mills says about what this team should be or could be, about talent here, talent there, it doesn't matter. Sometimes talent on paper isn't the difference in what outcome you get. It's not the difference in what your identity is as a team. When that starts to happen, you'll look in the direction of who's running the ship, who is driving the ship, who is the sailor. Well, that would be Doug Pederson. Okay, well, guess what? He gets my main focus. Because the way I look at this, the way I view the outcome, it's simple. Preparation lost this game. Sometimes you lose because of a fumble, an interception, a poor read, a poor throw. Sometimes you lose before the game even starts. That's what happened here. Game 2 of the season, when they played the Rams. Was that game 2? I forget. So many games to this point already. But game 2, whatever. The game against the Rams. That was lost when Jim Schwartz got beat schematically by Sean McVay right from the jump. The idea of the defense made no sense. Jared Goff picking apart the D with ease. Started out the game red hot, wasn't missing any throws. That was lost before the kickoff even occurred. Well, guess what? I'm going to have to say the same exact thing happened here. And it's okay for that to happen once in a blue moon. That's just the flow of an NFL season. But if it starts to become a common theme, that shows me that this coaching staff doesn't have a clue on how to operate a football team at a high level. At a high enough level for us to be satisfied. Because guess what? This ain't it. December Doug, December Doug, December Doug. That's all I hear. I don't give a damn about December Doug. I want a Doug that isn't crap for the first 3 months of the season, 4 months of the season. I don't want to hear about December Doug. Where's December, or where's September, Doug. October, Doug. November, Doug. Where's that Doug? What the hell's the difference? Why does it take December for Doug Pederson to wake up? Nightmare. That's what this is. We're living in a nightmare. Hopefully one of these days we wake up. All right. The last sponsor of the show, Orbit Energy and Power. With over 20 years of experience in the industry, they are home to your solar experts in residential and commercial projects. They are dedicated to making sure that your project is completed easily and properly by using high-quality materials and trained professionals to get the job done right. They also provide water purification, backup energy services, battery storage, tree removals, and more. Check out their information. It's all down below. Do not forget to call the Anytime Hotline, 856-442-9805. React to the game. Let me know your thoughts. I will react to all of them. Well, not all of them because there's so many that comes in, but a good portion of them tomorrow, and then I will utilize the ones that I don't use for tomorrow's podcast throughout the week in podcast as well. Thank you all so much, and I will see you next time.